While talking about constrained economies and pockets, motorists are breathing a sigh of relief. It's following a petrol decrease overnight, petrol falling by R1.32 a litre, while diesel dropped by between 88 and 91 cents. Well, let's take a look at the kind of impact this is likely to have on motorists. We're joined by the Fuel Retailers Association CEO, Reggie Sibiya. Mr. Sibiya, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. Of course, the obvious is that motorists will feel the reprieve. The question is, for how long, and can we expect or even anticipate any further decreases?
Yeah, thanks, Kathy, and good evening to you and the viewers. I'm reminded of that question when you asked me the first week of July, and I could literally see some kind of unbelief, and rightfully so, when I predicted that we should be looking at prices going down. And obviously, after such a long, prolonged period of prices going up, it just becomes unbelievable. And yet it is actually a nice surprise. Katie, the current trends is that prices are still going down. If we're looking at today's, daily estimations, we're even looking in the next price announcement of price decrease, above 3 rands a litre. And obviously, that one, when it comes, there won't be even the deduction of the 75 cents that was the relief from the government. So for now, the wisdom is telling us that, things are looking good. But Katie, as you know, in the global oil environment, nothing is really guaranteed. And there is always a degree of uncertainty. And just one event can actually turn things, backwards overnight. I mean, the recent development that one is watching right now is obviously the visit of Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan, and those geopolitical conflicts, which includes China. We do not know where they're going to take us. But as we speak now, if that doesn't influence, because these things also are driven by the market speculations. But for now, it's looking very good. We are very happy for the motorists. We are also very happy for ourselves as retailers, because as much as there is a relief from the motorists, there is so much relief from us, Kathy, like you won't believe. I mean, in terms of our working capital, in terms of our costs that are linked to the pump prices. And I always tell people that, our inflation, which is linked to the pump price in terms of our costs, is actually was sitting at 57% if you look at January 2020 to where we are at now. So we are really celebrating that, we are welcoming it, and we are really praying that, this new geopolitical issue is not going to affect us. So we're really looking forward to even more price decreases, and the estimation is that this should take us, till towards the end of the year.
As retailers, would you say that there are particular patterns that you've been observing, especially as the fuel price has been increasing? And this is around travel patterns, whether by individual motorists or even just what is taking place in the logistics sector?
Very good question, Katie. Exactly. That's actually also what has caused these fears around, global recession. Because while the prices were still up, the consumption patterns dropped drastically. We've seen it globally. We've even seen it here in South Africa. People are just, Kathy, I tell people that people have got a budget. If I've got a budget for 600 rands for fuel a month, that is my budget. I'm not going to increase it. So, but what then happens is that with the 600, if the prices keeps going up, I then just buy less and less liters of fuel. So that has actually impacted on us in big ways. These fuel prices have dramatically dropped our volumes. And also just the ways of working. More and more people, we see that they're actually working from home, if they can. We also see, people having, lift clubs to share the transport. All of that is actually impacting on the volumes for the retailer. And as you know, Kathy, our margins that we incur, even for paying the wages, those margins, we only realize them when we pump a litre of fuel. So if we do not pump a litre of fuel, we actually cannot even pay those wages, which has been really a big strain for us, because if you look, for example, the volumes have reduced by 40%,
Sure.
even post-COVID, which is still a drastic reduction, but the number of employees that we are keeping have not dropped significantly, though we've lost 4,000,
All right.
jobs in the market. But we're still retaining a very high wage bill against the volumes that have dropped very drastically.
Fuel Retailers Association CEO Reggie Sibiya. We'll leave it there for tonight.